All right. Tips from Jane.
Okay, I think the main tip I would give anybody is to play just a straightforward game and forego the fancy bluffing and the gyrating that you see on television.
I didn't gyrate.
Most people, and Christopher didn't gyrate, so I was very pleased with that.
Yeah.
What's gyrating? Like lean?
Well, you know, doing any kind of actions and activities that really are unrelated to the game.
Bird.
Okay.
You just, it's not necessary.
No.
The cards are the cards, and regardless of what, you know, showboating you do, you either got a hand or you don't.
Okay.
And one of the big pieces of advice I'll give you, somebody told me one time, big cards win. So that's kind of, the best hand wins. So you can take
Bet that way. What about bluffing?
Bluffing is highly overrated. It should actually be part of your arsenal, though, as you play, but it's not. Again, I think television poker has done more to harm the game than anything because it's just so...
How good are those guys? I mean,
some of them are very good,
yeah.
obviously. Some of them are win one major tournament and you never hear from them again.
Mm.
So,
but if you never bluff, then you would read...
I will never play at that level.
So if nobody's bluffing, though, you would be able to read that real quick. That, okay, he just plays straight.
So I might be able to. It's kind of an acquired thing. You sort of figure it out after you've played with somebody for a while, just sort of see how they react. And but again, I've been playing a long time, so I'm certainly no expert. But the game has changed tremendously since I started.
How so? How has the game changed?
There's television has, and the movie The Rounders, I suppose, probably changed the whole texture of the game because all of a sudden anybody can win.
Right.
Like Chris Moneymaker, when he came out of nowhere from Tennessee and won the World Series, I think it was in '03, then every 20-year-old in the world thinks they can win at poker, and a lot of them have. And then internet poker helped tremendously because you can play thousands and thousands of hands online much faster than you can in live poker. So the young players that started playing as soon as they were legally able have eclipsed older players in how long you've played. So in other words, you could play online for 5 years and certainly eclipsed Brunson, who's been playing since the 60s. Because you played more hands.
I gotta believe though.
So,
yeah, I gotta believe though that you playing online is dramatically different than when you're in the room and you're at the table and there's pressure and there's people watching. It's kind of like the argument I've made with Shakespeare. You have academics that will talk about how to do Shakespeare. It's a whole different ballgame when you're up on that stage and you're actually performing it. Very different, similar to poker, right?
Well, exactly. I think that when you're in the privacy of your own little computer world with your monitors, you're missing about 50% of the game at least because you're not having the personal interaction. You don't see the physical part of the game, like when a person's neck pulses.
You're looking for all that stuff.
Big hand, and if you're watching that kind of stuff, of course, kids that have a lot of success online claim that doesn't matter because the amount of hands they play override the physical part, but
it's about the odds with them.
To me, it's the camaraderie of the table. It's going toe to toe with the devil, and it never gets old.
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps your mind sharp.
Did you play in the World Series?
I played in the seniors event of the World Series last summer, and I'm going to go back this year because I did really good, and I want to improve my my finish.
What did you finish in the senior?
285.
Wow, at how many players?
3,752.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
It was pretty exciting. We get to bag up our chips at the end of the day and go back the next day. And the end of the first day, it was down to 531. So that's how many people eliminated during the course of the day.
You know, it's funny because...
So it was awesome.
Well, you know, you and I just having some fun playing like we do every day. But playing with friends... There really is a skill and an art to this because I've played poker with friends for years, different types of games. I've never really been very good, and I think it's like anything else. You think, well, I can sit down and play, but there's a reason why some people are really good at it and others just get cleaned out.
Right, and there's a difference too in an actual poker game and a casino. or in a card room as opposed to playing around the, you know, at Ben's house.
Right.
Sorry, Ben, but it's a different flavor, and I have never ever been a fan of home games. I won't play them. I like to play one game, and I like to know where my money's going. I like it to be a safe environment, and a lot of home games, and nothing against them. It's just that they're not for me. But they play 3 or 4 different kinds of poker games, and
now
that's how I grew up playing.
We should point out that who we're talking to and what we're doing here. This is Poker Jane, our buddy Jane Barnstuble. She wrote a book on poker. She explains the game. I have a copy of it signed. It's great. It's wonderful. She became a listener to the program a while back, and we became friends with her and said we wanted her to come in here and give us a couple tips and stuff. So that's why she's here and having a little fun.
And where do you play next, Jane?
I think my next tournament is locally is going to be at the Fargo Dome in April. It's called Boys and Their Toys Weekend. They have a big do up there. I'm surprised you're not emceeing it.
Right.
But we can go. Can the public go?
Public can go. You trunk down your money, and they'll probably limit it to 200 players.
But I mean, like spectators, can we cheer you on?
Yeah, they have a roped off area in the dome. At the same time, they have like a bunch of other things happening. RVs and different man things.
And when is that?
I think it's the 25th of April. It's that weekend. So that'll be, because I'm going to be out of town, but there are a lot of local tournaments that you can play in charity events.
Here's what you win for coming in today.
Oh my God! I have to put this on.
Your official W. You can adjust that.
How do I look?
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Push my hair down?
No, not at all.
Official.
This is a little bit big for you, but here's your WDY T-shirt.
Oh God! Look at me.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in this.
There you go. There you go.
Perfect.
How do I look?
You look terrific.
Fantastic.
And then when you beat me at poker, I can say you took the shirt off my back.
There you go. There you go.